He said, boy, I need you to understand something. What you done was wrong. I said, you ain't got to tell. Like, I said, I know what I did was wrong. At this point, I'm kind of emotional, right? I'm kind of emotional. I said, because I said, I'm going to get to see my child. I'm going to get to see my family again. Not only that, my family that I hadn't done nothing to, they going to embrace me. They going and it's people who going to see me who going to feel like, man, I shouldn't get another chance in life, point blank, period. I said, I understand, I get it. He said, well, you in the cell, we in the cell together, father and son. I said, you don't think I understand that? You don't think I get that? He said, do you know how bad, really, how much that really breaks my heart at times, that we basically got to form a bond in this cell together. I said, do you think I don't think about the same stuff? He said, man, when you telling me your stories is cool, I said, I don't talk to nobody else in here about my story. He said, man, really leave all that in the past. When I came home, if you was watching me in the beginning of my journey, I didn't talk about that stuff. Only thing I talked about was ministry when I first came home. I told no stories. It was 3 years before I even put the Life of Boo Baker out that talked about them stories. I feel like on the most high timing, on the basis of I had shown that ain't what I was on. I wasn't living like it. I hadn't been selling dope. I hadn't been toting pistols. I hadn't been in shootouts. I wasn't kicking dope. I thought maybe it's been enough time where people were like, man, he been home or something. And then by the time I dropped the book, I took some backlash. But then I got on TikTok and started telling the stories, and it just ended up catapulting my life. But I didn't never want to do it in the sense of people not understanding that